ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network.
Hello and welcome to Softline. Today's show is dedicated to the memory of the late Akwa Ibom State First Lady, Mrs. Patient Umoino, a pillar of strength and compassion, whose untimely passing has left our community in mourning. Before we dive into today's topic, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the profound impact the First Lady had on the lives of women and children in the state through various initiatives. Her dedication to children inspired countless individuals, and her legacy will continue to inspire the future generation. To the governor, the family and loved ones, we offer our heartfelt condolence during this difficult time. All right, I have my co-host with me, Halari. How are you doing? A sad one, I must say.
It's indeed a sad one. In fact, waking up to this news, it shocked me, and it just goes to say that this earth, do all you can while you're alive to make the impact. And I'm grateful to God that Her Excellency made a lot of impact in her time, you know, touching lives, empowering youths, girls. It's incredible.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
And these are the things that will speak for her.
Oh yes.
You know, that's why I know this moment. I don't know. It's shocking. That's, you know, I remember this this situation. I remember I felt like this when I lost my dad. You know, it just hits you like, you know. So I just wonder what the family, immediate family, will be going through at this point in time.
The loss is irreplaceable.
I tell
Nancy.
you, there's no way you can replace this. And you know, there's a difference with when you have someone who is so old, like you're losing a grandma or a grandpa. You know, you tend to celebrate because they've lived for so long. You know, you tend to celebrate. We don't mourn such people. But when you see someone who is so strong, she has a lot to do, just goes like that. I mean, it's just like a very big blow.
It's a
leaves
very
people
big
speechless.
blow. A very big blow. You can just imagine the numbers of people, you know, that she has touched their lives.
And those waiting to be touched
those
by
that are
her,
waiting to
you
be
know, the
touched
countless
as well.
of things.
The line, the queue is
activities.
just so much. She's a woman of a lot of impact. You know, her dedication, it's priceless. And losing such person at such early age, she's irreplaceable. That's all I can say.
I tell you.
I'm really saddened by this loss. It's a very big blow too.
Oh well, the good thing is that she has a lot of things that will speak for her.
Oh yes, true.
Yeah, exactly. It's for the good things she has been doing, the initiative. She's big on women activities. She's big on entrepreneurship. She's big on skill acquisition. So those people that she has touched their lives, I know they will sleep and say, oh, thank God I have at least I hold on to this. Her memories still lingers on.
And yes, you know, that's the beautiful thing. When you are someone that is a light, when you are somebody that is an impactor, your memory, it never dies.
It never dies.
It just
lingers
lives
on.
on.
It lives
You know,
on.
so for
and
her,
that's the good thing.
Yes, for her, it's a big shoe that I don't know who can feel it.
You know, there's this saying: every first lady comes with a unique package.
Yes.
So she came with hers and
True.
she delivered.
She
so
did.
The good thing is she did well in her lifetime.
True.
So she will forever be remembered for those
Forever,
things.
forever.
Ah, Larry, let's go on a very short break, and then we'll come back. We'll introduce our guest. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
He's been faithful. Please let me pray forevermore. I am a girl. I am a girl. I am a special girl. I am a special girl. I am unique. I am unique. In my own right. In my own right. I am made. I am made. In the image of God. In the image of God. And so I am proud of myself.
was the chairman of the movement for the survival of Ijaw ethnic nationality.
So today, as we explore skill acquisition, we remember the late First Lady's unwavering commitment to empowering our community. May her selflessness and kindness continue to guide us. Well, we're shining the spotlight on skill acquisition today, a vital tool for unlocking individual potentials and driving economic growth. So joining us is in this transformative power of skill training with our special guest, Imo Ekpeyong, a renowned skill acquisition coach and the founder of 1 Million Job Center in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Mr. 1 Million Man, like I usually call you, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm surprised we're smiling.
Well, I'm not smiling deeply, but at least there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Because when it happens, you have to just find a way to console yourself.
True.
But only that is very painful. You know, considering the kind of person the woman was. You know, it's one of our own advice that is actually keeping me down.
Oh.
There was one certain time that she called us and then told us that she cannot even count herself as one that will become the first lady of Akwa Ibom. But then because of the fact that he actually followed God stupidly, and then even everything that she does in life, she just hand it over to God.
Okay.
And then she does it stupidly. So, and God is now blessing her stupidly, and she's the one here. That she should also tell us that we should try to hand everything over to God and understand that God is capable of doing things. So, well, that keeps me. That keeps me that maybe sometimes I believe this should be given to me, and it doesn't come. I just believe that the time has not come for that, based on the advice of our mother. She was a mother, a very caring mother. You know, I missed her. She was very caring. She does not discriminate.
Yeah, that's one thing everybody talks about.
Everyone that comes around, and as she was trying to actually launch this golden initiative, she's tried to make it not to be secretive, as into to the women fold alone.
Okay.
So it should be
everyone.
all encompassing. It's because she's a woman that is actually down to head, and she has this passion, you know, for all, to see people succeeding and all that. There is no time you be with that woman and you will not get one thing that will actually change your life one way or the other, money or nothing. You sometimes advise. She was a woman, in fact, and she's the reason, the brain behind the golden Messiah that you're seeing, because it's actually a woman that has something to give out. Every now and then, as you are, he said that this office is not it, it's just herself, and she does it as if with passion.
Yeah,
she was very passionate.
I really do.
I'm telling you, she would not see the same way the husband is behaving. She would not see someone and they neglect. She just called you, stand by you, and say, what's the problem? And then she will be all over, try to see how that problem will be solved. And there was a time that we visited our office, that golden initiative for all. She actually said, if not for us, the husband wouldn't be the governor. Then she has every right that we should actually bring a proposal of what we want, what the people that we've trained in 1 Million Job Skill University want. And then we were in it, try to make sure that we package it properly and all that. But well, Well, I just pray that God console
the family.
the family.
You know,
His
since
Excellency.
we're talking about skill acquisition, and we know she's big on skill acquisition, so I would have loved us to talk about, to start with you giving us testimonies of, you know, what skill acquisition, if you have those that have really achieved great things from skill, especially in the States, if you have their testimony, if you want to share that with us.
Well, you know, you always like to talk in pictures. If I had actually knew to get to this, I would have brought some of the extract for you to see. In fact, 1 million job skill varsity that we're running has actually gone a mile.
Okay.
In the sense that we've actually, what we do is that we try to change the mindset of our people towards skill education. And we don't just do that, you know, as we did it pragmatically. That we try to tell them that you are a skill graduate. We try to instill pride into them.
Okay.
And right now it's working for them. You can imagine that a lot of times, so many of them have actually called us to come and see the progress reports. They've gone to start a poultry farm. They've gone to start their own product. If you had been in Akwa Ibom, made in Akwa Ibom Trade Fair, we had so many.
Yeah, that was few days ago, right?
We had so many of our 1 million job people. We call them skill billionaires.
Okay.
They were there exhibiting what they knew how to do best. And then I told them that Akwa Ibom should not be, you know, our aim, our target. We should target the world because we want to make sure that we bring, by the spirit of the arise of the golden Messiah, we want to see how we can bring the world to Akwa Ibom State. You know, that anytime, any moment that people need or maybe are in problem or they need skill from people, it should be Akwa Ibom, not any other place. Just like we think China, you know, we think China when we look for anything now. So that's the same way we are trying to see how we can do same here. That when someone think of having skilled people that can give that expatriate, they should think of Akwa Ibom State.
Okay.
So that's what we've done. A lot of them, like one is in Canada now.
Okay.
You know, courtesy of the skill, the catering skill we give to her. Is right now in Canada. You know, she just saw it online and applied, and then she did everything what they asked and all that.
And
she's right now in Ghana, Canada.
Doing Akwa Ibom
doing
proud.
Akwa Ibom,
Wow,
making Akwa Ibom
that's
proud.
amazing.
You know, then if you had come, Arabian, I have some of the extracts. I would say you play it. You see what we've done. We've been able to package these our local cocoyam. You know, we make it in flour. You know, now that you can just prepare it anywhere
I
you
see
want
more
it.
of these flowers so much now. Cocoyam, plantain.
Then plantain and all that. We've been able
so
to
many
do
of
all
them
that.
now.
So what we're waiting for now is to see how we can get NAFDAC number to some of those products
All right.
and try to hit the world.
Okay, so I want to take us a little to another line, an aspect of this skill. Now, before this time, in fact, there has been an issue. There's this discrimination that is perceived between formal education, yes, especially polytechnics, and then the university. How can we combat, you know, that stigma so that there can be right placement, you know, the same value that is given to someone that went to the university is also given to another person that that got
Let me put it. I've actually got your points. You're trying to see, you know, like this discrimination between this you know, class between degree and diploma, high diploma. You know, that's what we're trying to do in this case. That when I came up, I now came up with what we call skill varsity.
Okay.
So I don't call it, I don't call it polytechnics or whatever. I call it skill varsity. So I'm trying to, I call it skill varsity, and I instill pride into them. I said that you are not different from the university graduates. You know, that you are only a skill graduate, while the other person is actually a university graduate. Sometimes he has gone to read one course or the other, but there's no difference between you. The only thing you need to do is that you can go to the university, maybe like say you need mathematics or any other thing to add to your skilled, you know, to your skilled technique.
What you have acquired,
you know, then you go to perfect yourself. Like I used to tell somebody that when I enter tertiary institution, I didn't go there to work for anybody.
Okay.
I just went there to perfect the let me say, the technique of doing business properly. So I didn't go there for that. So immediately I came out with that. I did business administration, and I said, okay, I'm okay. I can use this to balance my business. And from that moment till now, that's what I'm doing, and I'm proud of it. You know, so what I'm trying to do, what I try to do, that's why I came up with this as a skill varsity.
Okay,
1 million job skill varsity.
Talking about your skill varsity, how do you ensure that those things you teach these people in the skill varsity are things that are relevant in the job market? Because every day things change. You know, people's priority change, things people need change. So how do you stay in line, current, on top of the market?
We watch the trend now. We watch the environment and we see what is happening. Right now, we are trying to introduce this, what we can now call AI.
Okay.
Because we know that the world will be taken over by AI. Very soon, everything will be robotic. It is the robot that will be doing even the job we are doing here. So we know that that time it might be problem. It might becomes a problem. So what we do is we try to introduce it to our people, that whatever you do, you should know that AI can do better than you. Because I try to let them understand that AI does not marry. The robot will not marry. Nobody will pregnant robot, and they don't have the people waiting to get money or to vet them what they've done. All they do is that they are waiting to take instruction, and they act on that instruction, and that's what they do. So they will be more perfect than human. So in that environment, that time, when it comes to that time, so what I've trained them is I train them to become those that will be hiring the AI, the robots, to work for them.
All right. Now, skill acquisition is as useful as it is, as we have come to know. When it comes to the formal education, you see 5 years course, 4 years course, and all that. So you are informed. In fact, you are an all-rounder, let's say 360, fully packed with knowledge and all. But when it comes to skill, how come the duration is not as apt as that of the formal education? And what is the impact this has, on the kind of services these graduates from skill
varsity,
give to the general public?
You see, like when I said, when you go to university, you are going to be taught law. You're going to be taught so many things that has to do with life in general. But when you come to skill varsity, we will actually concentrate on you coming out with a skill that can make you, because we said your talent is your job and your millions. So what I advise them is that when you go out, balance yourself by getting to learn accounting, getting to learn law and all that. But as we progress, we will try to inculcate all that, to make it balanced, so that as you're getting out, because that's the only thing that make university a little lengthy. But like in a skilled education, it is more pragmatic. It is more of practical than theory. You bring this chemical, put to this, and do this and that, and the result will come out. If you can actually get to see this, or get to affirm this by China. What they do is that they do more of skilled education. They try to do, practically before the results comes out. But when you go to university, why university is taking more time is that university take law and all those things just to balance a man. So that's the only thing. So the point is this, that the only thing we try to concentrate is to see to it that as you're getting out of our skill varsity, you are a balanced person, that you can challenge anybody in your skill set. That I'm a graduate, a skill graduate, and you can be proud. And I try to also inculcate the pride in them, that don't belittle yourself because you went to skill varsity, and then somebody maybe that is an accountant will look like he's more better than you. He's better than you because he's counting money? Is that what makes him better than you? But because of the fact that you're downgrading your job and you're looking dirty, you're behaving as if you don't even know the value of what you have. That's the only reason why that person looks more honorable than you. But you are the honorable, because we are the engine room of the economy. So I try to instill that pride in them. Then I also try to let them understand that going to the formal education, going to secretarial education, because that's how I term it, will help you to know accounting. It will help you to know law. Will help you to know all those things. But it does not mean that when you go to skill varsity that you are an illiterate. It's only that you are not balanced in the other area, and then that create room for you to go back to study those ones that you know you have disadvantage, so that you become a full person in the society that
Rounded.
can really explore and then show that we own the world, because we own the world. Without us, no car. Without us, no social media. Without us, nothing. So we are the honorable billionaires.
You know, I love it when we talk skill acquisition with 1 million job man. He gives skill acquisition a whole new dimension. Now, coming up with this skill varsity is a very good name, and I think you should try and make it broad, so that it can become popular.
We're working toward it, and we need more partners.
Yeah.
So whatever you know, I see what you know, and I tell you to come in. Let's develop that area, add it to what we have, and we balance it up. So we're working.
All right. So now, talking about skill acquisition in the States, let's look at Akwa Ibom, where you are familiar with. What are those biggest challenges you see skill acquisition facing in the States, and how have you tried to overcome some of them?
The first was for us to actually value skill education.
Okay.
Because we didn't place value on skill education. We thought it was thing of illiterate. That's why when I came up with this philosophy, I said, if anybody called you an illiterate because you are a skilled graduate, call that person trait, because you're using the person to actually produce what is using. Do you understand? So I try to actually bring back the pride into skill education. I try to tell them what makes you think that a banker is different from you, because this was the problem that we had then. So when somebody sees a person maybe going to learn skill, he will think of that person or look at that person as a frustrated human being already. So that's why he's not learned or he's not intelligent. That's why he's going to learn skill. And we forget the fact that, and I also try to educate them, that the white men knew the secret of success. Not that they brought this secretarial education or grammar education because they truly love us. They wanted us to be a dumping ground, so that when they produce those things, and they would still enslave you by bringing one car, let's call it metrics. They will bring a metrics car and then come, okay, let me not use that. Maybe they will bring a car, let me not mention a car. They will bring a car and then get the money that you've actually got from for 30-something years that you were in a civil service. And that's very wrong. So what I try to do is to let them understand the value of skill, and then couple with His Excellency philosophy. He came up with a good philosophy, arise. And how do we arise? I also let them understand that the philosophy behind arise is for you to arise and be skillful. Because in the Bible, God says that we shall be blessed through the work of our hands. He didn't say we will bless through grammar. And then let me tell you that technology does not know any grammar. The technology knows result. And that's why if you check in computer, what they do is they use mathematic order, as in 2 means a particular order. This command, this one means a particular order. And by the time you instill all those letters, the word, the reaction comes. So it is not when you use English. So technology does not hear any language. It knows other. It knows results. So I try to let them understand that if we want to get out, let us imbibe the spirit of arise of His Excellency, and also know that the only way out is skill. The way out is skill. And why we're suffering today is because we neglected that area. That's why we come to coin this thing and said that is an engine room of economy.
So what other challenges, apart from the fact that people do not appreciate skill acquisition?
Yes, another challenge is that, we were not business oriented, especially in Akwa Ibom. We were not business oriented, because like if I may want to compare our brothers, in the southeast, because let me tell you, there's nothing you can say. The foundation is everything. Whatever you come to see your parent do, you don't take it as a crime, even if they steal. You believe that's the way we go, and that's a standard. So like in our side here, we were believing in what we call grammar education, that when we go to read the course that people have actually formalized. And that's why I also came up with this advocacy. Don't ever call this thing, what do you call it, informal education. I don't want to hear that language, because all these ones that are formalized are people that formalize it. They are people that formalize it. So we want to, in our skill varsity, formalize those ones. So the thing is that we were not business oriented, such that we will come up with an idea. Like we have somebody that has been able to come up with a tricycle that you use this thing, and then is working towards getting a battery to run because we have fuel issue. But the challenge we have now is that guy has gone to that level that the car is moving, and then we need battery and all that. And then we find it difficult to get somebody that will invest in that area. And that is the challenge that we have because of the environment.
You know, talking about this tricycle you just mentioned now, when I watch Indian series, I see tricycle that have pedals. You know, they use pedals.
That's one
so if we have tricycles that have pedals, there are junctions like this junction from our office to the Dodoma junction. We could have tricycles that have pedals there. We don't need fuel for such. They could just take passengers, bring them in and collect. And we have these people at designated points. You know, that's another idea. But we don't have them.
Like I
so what are you doing?
You know, like I told you, I thank His Excellency. He has really tried. He has really tried. Give him thumbs up. That's why we call him the Golden Messiah. He's the first governor that has come up with this, and then he's giving grants. Because I told somebody that when you
first governor coming up with what?
No, with grants.
Grants.
After supporting, after training, then
after training you have grants.
Giving you.
You know that I actually in a school of thought that don't give somebody a starter loan. You know, you're not helping that person.
Probably you
give the person
you feel like that because you benefited from his.
It's not about that. But I'm only saying, you know why I'm saying that is okay. Is okay. He's doing better. Is that the number of people that he actually promised this grants is 10,000, and the effect of it we are feeling it right now. Like I said that by the time you are, and even said that once you are good in that little, he's going to give you more. So that's why I'm telling you that if you had gone to that Made in Akwa Ibom trade fair, you will be surprised because these guys are now doing something like our local soda in our skill varsity. We've been able to take it to another level. Now it's now called a golden soda.
What I was trying to say, Mr. Epeyo, is that it's high time. You talked about presenting Akwa Ibom to the world. So it's high time we go beyond the little things like the soap, the cream. We should talk technology now. It's high time we move to that
like
point.
I said that the tricycle, we've actually come up with it. The tricycle is working, but the support we need now is to be able to mass produce it.
Now, that's where let's go on a very short break. I will be right back. Stay with us.
In a world of overwhelming voices where everyone has different opinion on different issues, it is important that we bring the core issue to the fore. Join me, Nancy Banigo, on Softline as we lend our voices to inform and influence your thoughts and actions. This is not just mere talk, it is an invocative program that touches the core of our existence.
All right, thank you for being there. We are still talking skill acquisition with our guest in the house, Mr. 1 Million Man Job. All right, you were saying something.
Yes. You know, he's been trying to say something, and it just aroused my curiosity. He talked about partnership. Now, in what way do we need the industries, at least? Because after getting a skill, there's a need for some sort of apprenticeship. All right. In what way can we get industries to align forces, maybe with educational institutions like yours, you know, to promote first, encouraging youth to come into the program, and secondly, to also get expertise on the craft, and then the next level is taking the leap, you know, to join the market as the economy, you know, needs right now.
Well, it's more of a support, like I said. That one thing, all these things are difficult because of our environment. You know, we don't have business-oriented people, conscious people. Like that's when you see in these other guys in the southeast, our brothers, you know, making it, is because the environment is actually encouraging. You know, we were thinking of this grammar education where we have degree and then we get a job and that's it. You know, so when you want to do extraordinary thing, it becomes difficult. And then the only thing is that, like in our environment here, it's only the governor has just opened up the area and companies are beginning to come up. But it does not really go, it's not going to end with companies that are from outside coming in, because it's going to just be like we are actually taking away what we have. Because let me tell you, there is nobody that will come to do business that will not want to make gain. And if the people, the white men comes here and do it, maybe for in the name of being investors, they will pack us down to that area because the environment is already friendly and it's going to become their own treasure. So what I need in this part of the world is that our honorables, our businessmen, our so-called these things should be able to establish companies that can partner with us so that by the time we generate these people, you know, they are able to partner with us in the
What
area.
is the awareness campaign that you people have made so far to cushion this particular aspect and ensure collaborations between schools, even the primary education, the secondary, and other industries as well, maybe to include it in curriculums, you know, and all that? Because if you are not doing something about something and then you're expecting a revolution in that industry, I tell you,
it won't work.
It won't work.
Yeah. Let me comment that we you know, Rome was not built in a day. Okay. So it's a gradual process. Like now, the thing is becoming a reality. You know, you can imagine when I started 1 million job, even MTN branded scam. I was just laughing because what you don't know becomes a problem. You know, if you true callers, when you call 1 million job now, it's going to reflect. And somehow they said scam. You know, that's a big blow. And then why did they say scam? Because they didn't understand that it is not about the direct job. It's about the innate job. We bring it out from the inside to the outside. So now we are taking it to the school. We are telling people and then advocating that don't call the skilled graduates, don't call our skilled personnel illiterates and all that. So we are selling this thing gradually, and we take what we call rally around the streets. And sometimes we go to the church and also educate the people try to,
You know, sorry I had to cut you on that. Yeah. Nancy, in fact, in the 60s and 70s, in the 70s and 80s, if I remember correctly, we had, in fact, the technical schools. They were very prominent.
Absolutely.
They were very, very prominent. In fact,
people don't talk about that anymore.
People don't talk about that anymore because you see that people that, you know, graduated from technical schools.
What happened to them?
A lot of them made waves. A lot of them owned businesses and so much more. So what happened now? How come there's a decline in
technical schools?
Yes. How come there is a decline?
Let me cut you in. Like I said, that is environmental influence. And again, we so believe in things that just come ready-made. I don't know if you get what I'm saying now. We believe much in ready-made. You know, like now you wouldn't want to actually, but myself, I use made in Nigeria because it's a culture that I must actually, you know, I cannot preach for you to repent and myself, I'm in hell. It's not good.
I think we are all made in Nigeria right now.
Yes,
we're all in Nigeria. Probably Nigeria.
That's it. This is what we want. So it is actually the ideology. The point is that we are always in a hurry. The blacks are always in a hurry. But they don't know that Rome was not built in a day. The white men, like I can remember one time that they called Bill Gates to celebrate Bill Gates. He said, what you guys are celebrating is just 1% if he wants to say it. That what he may want to celebrate as a person can be 990 something. Do you understand? And that's what frustration. What he went through in the course of trying to come up with a subword, micro subword, that changed the world over. So, but in this part of the world, we always want ready-made. That's why we don't go into manufacturing. We don't go to the technology, because technology needs time. You must invest. But the only thing is that what we don't know is that, you know, money is not the cash. It is actually value. Why are the US, why is China celebrated the world over? It's because of what? Skill education. You know, and everybody needs that skill. And because of that, we run to China. And like Dubai now, they have just actually knew that there should be a place where people come to buy those products, and they put up a place. Those two, like in the spirit of Arise, we are saying that Akwa Ibom should be the destination. And then coupled with the golden Messiah we are getting, we need to be patient. And our people should understand that we are making crumbs. That's why you see some of us, I don't want to insult anybody, that when you see a black man, before you know it, you say he has one filling station. I don't want to mention things so that I do not look filling station or maybe eateries or something else. But they don't know there's no money there. You know, there's no money there because so if they should produce a battery, that is electric battery that power a car, you are already a billionaire. Yeah. Because the world will be looking for you.
All right, since we're talking about the world now, do you think of expansion? Do you think of how to incorporate technologies? You know, like having online courses.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, I was actually telling. I wanted to come to that direction.
Okay.
You know, there's in our skillversity, location is not a problem. Location is not a problem. Even if you are in US, just find us where we are. Tell us you want to cook a banguko. We are going to train you on that. You know, on this thing, I mean, Facebook.
Okay,
we are on Facebook, we are WhatsApp and all that.
Social media, you're big on social media.
You know, tell us you want to cook a banguko. We are going to train you on how to cook a banguko, even in London. Yeah, and then we certify you. Tell us you want to cook otomboro.
What was that?
We are going to otomboro. Is this local food, plantain sauce? Let me put it that way. Do you understand? Or tell us you want to cook edikaiko, the popular soup from this part of the world. We are going to train you. Just once you.
So proximity is not a problem. Yeah. It's not a problem.
It's not a problem. As I'm talking to you, we train people in Calabar. We train people in Pelagot. We train.
Are there new skills you're planning to add to
yes, we are adding new skills. Like they've actually given us a land. The community gave us a land, and what I said is that we are not going to plant the cassava. We are going to plant cocoyam. That one they call us maker. You know that the scratching cocoyam. Yeah. Because they say that scratches is the medicinal content in it.
So that's what you eat them or for medicines? Or?
No, you grind them to powder. You can make it and eat as gari. I mean, as this thing, swallow. And then you can use it to do like a kind of a thickener, this thing, and you still eat. You know. So once you eat it, the scratches will scratch all the idiot out of your body, and you'll be very healthy.
I like what you guys are doing because empowering the youth has been on the mouth of a lot of powerful people, high-placed people in the society. Now, you know, Nigerians are big on, I want to see an example. I want to see this thing that you're telling me that is so good. I want to see somebody that has succeeded in it, because people have seen, being an accountant is lucrative. But people now want to see, because I think that's one of the things that can compel people. In fact, you don't need to join. Yes, to join. So can you give us, examples of people that have graduated? Success stories. Yeah. We really need to know your success stories, or those of your students.
Yeah, sure. I know the entertainment. Let me go to entertainment, because that one you really know them, because they are always on cameras and all that. Jamaica is one of our products. Yeah. Jamaica is one of our products. Through a movie that we came up with. You know, like I told you that we said talent is job and millions, that you are a billionaire. We call ourselves billionaires. I'm a billionaire. Pastor, billionaire, Imo. So Jamaica is one of us. Pastor Guriguri is one of us. Moses Armstrong is one of us. We have a popular paint producer now in Ekit that is on top of every business in Ekit.
He has, how many job employments has he given?
He quit a job that was doing in PDP secretariat, and then go to the paint production that we taught him, and he's making so much things. Maybe don't worry, one day, please, you great time. So that I like speaking in picture, because they says picture, or you go to our maybe Facebook or whatever, you will see that came up out of it. But the boy are passionate. It's not about the money. It's about touching life, changing the way things are done.
Narrative.
Because we want to believe that it is skill education that will take us out of this maze. Unemployment.
All right, so now let's talk about the people of Akwa Ibom State, which your efforts and everything, I know you're doing a lot, but can you just let us in on some of those things you do to encourage people, to come into skill acquisition, to want to, acquire skills and all that?
Yeah, one of the things I do is that I go to remote villages, because I know everybody believes that social media is everything now. But there are
but
still,
not everybody's on
I
social
can
media.
shock you that so many of our people are not on social media. Even to have Facebook or to have, they don't even know what is WhatsApp. So what I do is that I go right to the interior to get them out and still tell them what I'm telling you and still preach to them. You know, when this protest came up, we actually launched a program to counter it.
Okay.
Guess what? We said challenge hunger with skill. You know, that was it. They said hunger strike. That was what we came up in order to support, because the president is a president. And if you, the followers, you're not helping the president, he will not succeed. You know? So democracy is a government of the people, for the people, by the people, and for the people. So we came up with this. It said challenge hunger with skill. And we go to every street, nooks and crannies, tell them that there is money in the farm, like the governor said. Because the governor embraced us as on the 15th of July, the governor came to us and advised us to actually train in agro, agric and all that. And we try to make sure that we impact people that agric skill.
Okay,
and then we go to the interior to train them, tell them the money in there, in the farm.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Now, since you have the let's say the coverage you have has not been as big as to get the people, to get the partnership, to get all the resources that you need, to cover the areas you need to cover. What role do you think government will play, or maybe international bodies too can play?
NGOs.
To aid and give you soft landing?
Yeah, the only thing I'm doing is that I try to follow so many of them.
Okay.
On social media. I try to preach and I try to show them in picture what we've done. So we need everybody to key in. Even if it's 1,000 you are putting in, maybe you said, okay, I put this as a support. I like what they're doing. It's good. It's going to change life. Because government is all about people, especially democracy. You can't do it alone. Even the president can't do it alone. Even the president, please, I said that our people don't need to complain. We don't need to, because even like this fuel scarcity is an opportunity. If somebody can follow it technically, you understand that if you can do combustion car now, you become a billionaire. Do you understand? That uses water. Yeah. So the president can also support and say, okay, I like what 1 million job skill varsity is doing. Okay, take this 1 billion, take this 500 million, take this 100 million, and then other people, then let them put up wherever they are, even the blacks abroad that are seeing what is happening in a foreign country, because it is people that made the country what they are. It is not spirit. So let them key in. But what those people are good or at is that when they see you with a skill initiative, they don't wait a second. They just call you, pick you, put money into you, and before you know it, you make a difference.
Now, skill has been a very vital aspect. In fact, everybody with skill, I've never seen somebody that is with skill without job, as far as I'm concerned. In fact, it's graduates from the formal education, thousands of them, that has been without job. And I must applaud you, firstly. However, would you say, what are your thoughts with regards to lifelong learning in terms of a continuous skill, especially when you notice an area that is in need for skill? What are your thoughts on it, please?
The area that is in need for skill.
Yes, especially with the growing or the rise of economic demands in different areas. What are your thoughts? How would you encourage people, to be a part of it, to begin to jump into it? I mean, taking it the way they would take the formal education.
Well, like I've actually told you that we are so passionate about it. We want to change the narrative. We want to let people understand that it is only skill that can rescue us. Like in Nigeria here, it is skill education. So what I did first is just for me to actually formalize it by having the skill varsity, and then try to follow it up. So whenever I see a need, a place that skill will fill, what we do is that we get to the place, or we get to bring out something that will actually be as an alternative or a solution to that.
Have you collaborated with any company at least so
yes,
far?
Yes, we have some partners, some private partners, and we're writing to so many companies. Like we want to do our graduation now. We're trying to write to so many companies to come in and actually see what we do. and help us. But coupled with what is happening right now in our states, we can't go further. We just have to hold break till we are able to recover ourselves, because we are already down for the fact that we've actually lost a mother that was one of the supporting pillar to us. So, but then, that's notwithstanding, after the old, when we are actually back, we will come back, and we need even you. We will need even you. I know that you are already a supporter because you've actually been giving this chance, and I thank you, and I thank you what you said. So we want to see everyone, no matter who you are, no matter your level of education, no matter where you are, politicians, all that, to understand that the criminals that we generate are all people that we've actually not keyed them into understand that talent is job and millions. You know, so when you have a talent, when you have a skill, you are already employed, and nobody can sack you. You only sack yourself.
When you just mentioned the late First Lady,
Yeah.
I wanted to know, since you're the skill acquisition, what area has she really,
Made impact.
yeah, that when you remember, you like, oh goodness, thank
You
God.
know, the support.
When it comes to skill acquisition.
She was so passionate about skill education. In fact, severally, like I told you, that she actually said bluntly that please cluster your people, bring them, I support them. So we've actually lost a great supporter.
You were on the way to do
We were
that.
on the way. We've actually packaged it. We wanted to make it a little large, make it from the States. We collect all that, so we've actually lost that. But we know that the husband that she has is actually another person that can do better in that area. But then we've lost somebody. So she was very accommodating. She does not want to hear anybody who have skilled and complain. What is your problem? She will just come, bring it. And severally, like the other time, I sent somebody that was actually, she learned this thing, hairdressing from us.
Oh.
She didn't have what to work with. I just sent a letter, and then take the letter to the office. This our own initiative, the Golden Initiative.
Okay.
And the lady was given startup.
Wow.
That one was a quick one. Before this one, that I said, package them and bring. I want to help them. Because we want to, first of all, we want to send prostitutes out of the street, and we want to take criminals out of the street. And the only way out, we want to reduce hunger. And the only way out is skilled. That's what she said. So we've actually lost one of the supporters. But we know God will replace her.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Pastor Ekpeyong. Are you a pastor, right?
Yes, I'm a pastor.
I wanted to be sure I'm not making a mistake.
No, I'm a pastor billionaire.
Okay, a pastor billionaire. I see the great job you're doing, and I really appreciate you for that.
you.
Keep up with the good job you're doing.
bless.
And just like you said, the late first lady, those initiatives that she has started, hopefully the governor will continue with that, because it's going to make a very great impact by the time those things come to light.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. All right, this is where we call it a day for today. Thank you for joining us today as we honor the memory of Pastor Patient Omoino and explore the impact of skill acquisition on Nigerian youth. May her legacy continue to inspire us to empower and uplift our community. So until we come your way again next time, thank you from all of us in the studio.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.